Why was everyone laughing so much during that speech earlier? Oh, it was just a few jokes in French and English. What did you say? You didn't understand. Never mind, let me explain. Do you remember when you said you wanted to eat a buffet? You meant to say buffet in English, but you accidentally said buffet. Buffet means abuse in French, so you ended up saying you wanted to eat abuse. I said I was looking forward to seeing a newcomer who would make such a funny mistake. I'm Natalie Smith. My husband Frederick and I have 2 adult children who live with us. I work part-time at a big company that has offices in other countries and employs people from different backgrounds, so we hear many languages at the office, not just Japanese. I used to work full-time at this company, but when my husband retired, I asked to retire early. They asked me to stay on part-time with a more flexible schedule, so I'm still working there. At first, I agreed to the part-time job, but in reality, I work almost the same number of hours as I did when I was full-time. This situation is making it hard to enjoy my husband's retirement because of my work conditions. The company assigned a new employee to handle half of my tasks, but this new person turned out to be quite difficult. Ashley's son is talented and graduated from a top university. I was hopeful that my job would become easier, but she seemed unhappy from the start. She complained, "Why do I have to do this kind of job?" It was clear she thought she was too good for this position and deserved something better. When she learned that I was her trainer, she looked even more disappointed. She seemed to think that having a part-timer as a trainer was pathetic. Well, she might just be a newcomer with a sharp attitude. There are always people like that joining the company every year. It's good to have confidence, but people with too much pride often struggle when they face the reality of their job and then leave, feeling unappreciated. I wonder if she's like that, but she's still young. I'll ignore her attitude for now. Are you a part-timer, Miss Smith? Yes, that's right. So, did you only finish high school? No. Wait, you didn't just finish middle school, did you? Ashley, why does your education matter for this job? Didn't they explain during orientation that this company doesn't allow any form of harassment, including asking about someone's education? Be careful about how you act at work. She didn't like my warning and kept a serious expression. It looks like working together might be challenging. It seems she's not happy unless she voices her thoughts. Since you're here to help me, make sure you learn the job well. She stayed quiet and looked sharp. Got it, she said. Then she sat next to me and started talking without doing any work. She went on about how skilled she is and how good she is at English and French. It felt like she was just bragging. It's odd to see someone in their 20s trying to outshine a 65-year-old. At lunch, she invited me to eat with her. Smith's son, can you treat me to lunch? Sure, but don't you want to eat with your colleagues? No, I'm your junior. Let me treat you, so we can get to know each other better. I've met a lot of young people, but she's unlike anyone I've seen before. Okay, let's go to lunch together then. Thank you, but are you sure about paying? You're just a part-timer, after all. She was finally speaking her mind, showing she wasn't happy. She really acted like a child. Don't worry about it. By the way, is there anything you want to eat? Yes, I want to go to a buffet. Is there a good one around here? Her comment made everyone in the office freeze, but she seemed totally confident, despite her mistake. Oh, right. You don't understand English, do you, Mrs. Smith? Do you understand if I say buffet? Well, let's go then. Thanks for treating me. At this point, her annoying personality started to seem kind of cute. Since then, even though I've been helping her, she learns very slowly. She's clearly smart since she graduated from a top university, but maybe because of her pride, she doesn't pay much attention to tasks she's not interested in, and she's not aware of it. Everyone around her has to adjust and speak Japanese. She's been in many meetings but seems to struggle with understanding, causing the conversations to fall apart. Her strong confidence probably makes her unaware of how others are trying to be considerate. The numbers on this document are wrong. Fix them right away. This happens every day, and my workload just keeps increasing. If you found the mistake, why don't you fix it? Mrs. Smith, I'm not good at Japanese. Oh, it's not about Japanese, it's just numbers. Fix it quickly and submit it. I see her frowning face every day, and I'm so used to it now that I don't even notice it anymore. What a hassle. I hear you, just do it then. She glares at me. Why are you being so bossy, being just a part-timer? Bossy, be careful how you speak. Remember, you're here to get my guidance. You're really bossy. Why is a part-timer in charge of training anyway? It doesn't make sense. Despite the end of the workday approaching, she just keeps talking. Oh, you used to be a full-time employee. Did you get demoted? Oh, I wasn't demoted. I'm just now working part-time. She bursts out laughing. So, you can handle the job. Honestly, she's so narrow-minded. Everyone has their own situation. We don't have time for unnecessary talk. So fix it quickly and submit it. All I can say for now is that I'm better at this job than you. Enough talking. Just get to work. Even though she's smart, her attitude makes me worried about her future. I wish they had assigned someone more talented. But I can't change the company's decision. They assigned her to help with my workload, and I'm thankful for that. It's still going to be a tough situation. I was under a lot of stress, but I handled it and faced her. She seemed to be stressed too, and to deal with it, she took some extreme actions. At this company, we have a daily routine where one employee gives a speech every morning. Since it's a multinational company, the speeches are in different languages. English is the main language, but there are also speeches in Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and French. There's no set topic. It's more about practicing public speaking. That day, she boldly stepped up and gave her speech in French. Although her French wasn't perfect, she tried her best. The other employees watched her kindly, as she was still new. During her speech, she started introducing me as a part-time worker who had been very helpful to her. She said she wanted to learn from my excellent part-time job experience. The person who invited me looked very uncomfortable, probably thinking that since I'm now just a part-timer, I wouldn't be able to give a good speech. Please give your speech in French, senior, she said. Her face was not happy. I could see she was surprised to see a 65-year-old woman like me speaking. I started my speech, and her eyes widened in surprise. Of course, I could speak French well. I had lived in Paris for 8 years. I still had high hopes for her, even though she's new and humorous. Once joked about wanting to eat a baguette when she meant buffet. I'm glad to be her mentor. As I made my speech, I included some humor, and the employees laughed. I'm happy it went well. My speech was funny, and people laughed, but Ashley still looked confused. After the morning meeting, when we sat her day down, she asked me, "What did you say earlier? Why did everyone laugh so much at your speech?" "Oh, I just made a few jokes in French and English." "What did you say? I didn't understand." "Well, you mentioned wanting to eat a baguette, but you meant to say buffet in English. Baguette actually means abusa in French, so it sounded like you wanted to eat abuse." I was looking forward to working with a new person who could make such a funny mistake. Ashley turned red and looked like she was going to cry. "You asked me to give a speech. Why are you upset?" "Because this is a company setting." Which retone? I didn't think someone who's just a part-timer could speak French so well. Were you trying to make me look foolish? Well, it was to be expected. Everyone's life path is different. I have my own journey that I've followed. You don't know my background. Like that I was stationed in Paris or San Francisco. Stop judging people based on what you see right now. It could end up embarrassing you. She looked down and didn't say anything. If you join this company, it means you've worked hard up to now. Don't waste your efforts by acting this way. Are you trying to compete with me? It's annoying. You act like you know everything, but that's just showing your ignorance. Your strong competitive spirit is good, but thinking you know everything actually means you don't know much. There's so much to learn in the world. Even at 65, there's always more to study. You should keep looking for new things and growing instead of being satisfied with who you are right now. She didn't respond, and after that, she never bothered me again. When she made mistakes, she still looked a bit annoyed, but she fixed them and resubmitted her work. 2 years later, she managed all her work smoothly. I could leave the company without any worries. So, the day of my retirement came. After working here for over 40 years, I felt a deep sense of emotion. I'm looking forward to enjoying my remaining years with my husband, traveling to different countries, seeing new things, and gaining more experiences. My future looks bright. On my last day at work, after hours, the people in my department gave me a bouquet. I accepted it gratefully, and as I was leaving, Ashley called out to me, "Senpai, here." She handed me a long box with a ribbon. "Oh, for me, thank you. Can I open it now?" I unwrapped the paper and opened the box. Inside was a stylish wristwatch. "Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done. I'm sorry for the things I said before." "Oh, no. When you first started working with me, I thought you wouldn't last long, but you proved me wrong in a good way. Thank you. Does this watch have any special meaning?" "Well, since you'll be traveling with your husband, I thought it would be nice for you to mark the time together with this watch." "That's so thoughtful of you. I'm really happy. I'll start using it tomorrow." "Natalie, are you free after this?" "I'm sorry, but I have family plans tonight." "I see. My apologies. I just wanted to take you out for a buffet to celebrate your retirement sometime." "That sounds lovely. I'm looking forward to it." I left the company feeling peaceful. When I got home, my husband, children, and grandchildren had prepared a retirement party for me. There was my husband's special roast beef and a cake made by my grandchildren with my daughter's help. My life is full of happiness. I want to keep cherishing learning and everyone I interact with, including my family.